Flight 202 is much further north than expected and needs to turn left for the approach to runway 12.
Airblue 202, turn left heading 180.
Confirm he has visual with the ground. If not, instruct him to climb and execute a missed approach.
Airblue 202, confirm you have airfield in sight.
The controllers had radar. They could see what the aircraft was doing. They could see that the aircraft was not doing what the procedure said they should be doing.
Ask again.
Airblue 202, please confirm you have visual with the ground.
Airblue 202, visual with the ground.
He's confirming visual.
He's not turning.
Controllers can see that Flight 202 is rapidly approaching the hills north of the airport. In the cockpit, the pilots are struggling to turn their plane away from the mountains ahead.
Why aren't we turning left? Why is it turning left?
Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead.
Sir!
Pull up.
Instruct him to turn left immediately.
The controllers can't believe what they're seeing. Here's a guy with 25,000 hours, and he's flying directly towards a mountain.
In the cabin, passengers have become aware that something's not right. They're approaching the 5,000-foot Magala Hills.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Sir, we are going down!
Terrain.
Sir, we're going
Terrain.
down!
Message from radar, turn left immediately.
Terrain ahead. Pull
We're
up.
going down!
Pull up.
Flight 202 has crashed into the Magala Hills, 7 miles from the airport. The wreckage lies at an altitude of nearly 3,000 feet. It will be difficult for rescuers to reach the site.
We couldn't get access to it with a car or a truck. Even with helicopters, there was no place to set down. So the only way to get to the accident site was with a long, slow climb.
It takes more than half an hour for rescuers and volunteers to make their way up the steep hill to the crash site in hopes of finding survivors. When crews do reach the site, they find a scene of complete devastation.
One 152 people died in this accident. It's the worst accident in Pakistan's aviation history.
Why did a modern airplane fly into well-known mountains north of the airport in Islamabad? Investigators arrive at the accident site to study the wreckage of Airblue Flight 202.
When an aircraft flies into mountains, there are really two areas that we're looking at in terms of the root cause. One is a sudden and unexpected loss of control. The other would be the aircraft has actually stayed in control of the pilots and still somehow been flown into a mountain.
An analysis of the engines shows that they were fully functional at the time of impact and capable of producing maximum thrust. Will Flight 202's flight data recorder explain why Captain Chowdhury didn't or couldn't turn and avoid the mountains.
Can we see the altitude, please? The minimum altitude is 2,500 feet.
Investigators can see that Chowdhury dialed in an altitude below what's permitted.
There's only one reason it would drop below that.
Commencing right turn, heading 352.
There's no earthly reason for doing it because the minimums are there for a very good reason. The only reason why they ever break the minimums is because they can't see the ground properly and they want to get closer to it.
Can we see the flight path? You see? He's way off course, in heavy fog, and has clearly lost visual.
Let's see the autopilot modes. So, he asks the automation to take over.
More than 4 miles off course, Captain Chowdhury makes his biggest error by switching modes on his autopilot.
The captain switched from heading mode to nav mode, and the aircraft turned left to heading of 300 towards the mountain.
The Airbus now makes a left turn towards a predetermined waypoint, bringing the flight dangerously close to the mountains.
He's approaching the no-fly zone north of the airfield.
From this point on, air traffic control continued to urge the flight to turn left because they knew they were in the vicinity of the high mountainous terrain.
Terrain ahead. Full up.
Airblue 202, turn left heading 180.
Terrain ahead.
Why aren't we turning left?
Full up.
Can we see what he's selecting? He's dialing in a left turn.
Captain Chowdhury uses his heading knob to turn the plane sharply left away from the hills.
But the plane, it keeps flying in the same direction. It's not turning.
He's still in nav.
Investigators realize the captain forgot that his plane was in navigation mode and not heading mode, which is required to turn the aircraft.
If the aircraft is flying in nav mode, it will keep on flying on its predetermined course. Whether or not the crew change the heading select.
Terrain ahead.
Why aren't we turning left?
Full up.
Captain Chowdhury doesn't realize that his inputs are futile.
Full up. Full up.
In order to get from nav mode into heading mode, you pull the knob out, and that engages heading mode.
Full up.
He forgot to pull it out.
He realizes his error and pulls the knob here at 40 seconds before impact.
When Captain Chowdhury tries to correct his error, he only makes a bad situation worse.
Sir, turn left.
Why is it turning left?
Captain Chowdhury has dialed in so many left turns that his last input is now to the plane's right. The Airbus takes the shortest route to get to that heading, directly towards the Margala Hills.
He's in heading mode for the rest of the flight.
The investigation saw that the captain was so reliant on the automation that he was trying to turn the aircraft to the left, asking why the aircraft wasn't turning to the left, but he didn't even use his side stick and actually turn the aircraft to the left manually.
Why aren't we turning left?
Terrain ahead.
Investigators now know why Captain Chowdhury was unable to turn left and avoid the mountains. But one question remains. Why didn't the first officer recognize the mistakes and do something to correct them?
Sir, we're going down!
Pull up.